This TikTok video got almost 2 million views on my channel, and it's all about some of the best high yield savings accounts for 2025. So in this video, we're going to go through everything you need to know about the high yield savings accounts, what they are, how to open one up, and also some of my recommendations on what I think are the best ones for 2025. All right, let's get it. Before we get into the video, my name is Mariah Davis. I'm a licensed financial professional, and I'm also a TV news anchor. I'm here to help you turn your income into intentional wealth. So let's get into these questions. Number one, how often does the rate change? Would it be beneficial to move the money to different accounts or banks based on rate changes? I'm going to say yes and no. High yield savings accounts, they are variable accounts. Variable just means that they're not fixed. They can go up and down because they move with the market, and also the rate bureau sets those rates. So they're not always going to be the same. So if you started out at 5% and your high yield savings account rate has gone down to, let's say, 3.5%, should you get another bank, or should you take your money out of that account and put it into another account? If it's been like that for maybe a year, then I would probably say yes, but the rates fluctuate 3 or 4 times a year. So unless there's a significant rate change, I wouldn't say it's worth it to take your money out. Also, keep in mind that the more money that you have in the account, the bigger that return is going to be on your money. So if you don't have a lot of money actually in the account, maybe it's not that beneficial to move your money. But again, it's up to you. Okay. Next question. People want more information in how do they start and where do they go? High yield savings accounts are mostly online banks, okay? So all you have to do is go to their website and follow the process of opening the account. It's usually very simple, and it only takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Put in your information. It's going to ask you for your social security number, your birthday. You link up your accounts and you're able to transfer money from your bank account into the high yield savings accounts. The next question people are going to ask me is, can you actually take the money out? Yes, high yield savings accounts are very liquid. Liquid just means access to your money. So high yield savings accounts, they are very liquid. So yes, you will have access to your money. Usually the banks will have a transfer and withdrawal limit though. So usually it's 6 times per month. Some banks, they don't have limits. You'll have to actually check online or call them and ask to see what their limit is, but most of them are usually 6. Okay? So can someone do a video on how to apply and help me understand? High interest rates means good. Okay, yes. High interest rates on high yield savings accounts is good. The higher the rate, the higher return on your money. You don't want a high yield savings account that's, at 2%. You're not really getting anything. For all that, you can just stay with a traditional savings account that's already giving you less than 1%. So, and that brings me to another point with the rates. If you do have a traditional savings account, I want you to go look at your bank statements and see exactly how much interest you're earning on your money when it's just sitting there. Because I'll insert some pictures here. Mine was at like 2 cents, 1 cent. I was really not making any interest on my money. And again, you're here to build intentional wealth. Turn your income into intentional wealth. Well, you got to know where to put your money. And let me tell you, putting your money and just leaving it into a traditional savings account is not doing yourself any favors. So if you take a look at that page, I do have a whole entire list on high yield savings accounts and also how to open one up on my page if you're interested in that. How long does it typically take to transfer funds between a high yield savings account at one of these banks to a regular checking account at another bank? I replied and said, great question. Literally only a few business days to set it up when you get cleared, but sometimes it can also be immediate. And also when you transfer the money, usually more than likely it's the same day, if not immediate when you transfer money. Do you need to pay taxes on the gains? Yes, you will need to pay taxes on the gains. So when you set up the account and you give them your information for tax purposes, they will give you a 1099 form that you will file on your taxes. With that being said, you are not going to get taxed on all of your money. So say for instance, you put $500 into a high yield savings account, and in interest, you end up earning $25. you're only going to be taxed on that $25. You're not going to be taxed on the other 500. So I want to make that very clear because a lot of people, they get that confused when it comes to high yield savings accounts. You're only taxed on the interest that you earn, and you will get a 1099 that you need to turn in and file. Can you have more than one? Of course, yes, you can have as many high yield savings accounts as you want. But again, I don't really recommend having more than 2 or 3 high yield savings accounts unless you have like a substantial amount of money that you can actually put into each of these accounts that you're getting a high rate of return. Because if you're not, the more money you have in one account, the higher return on your money that you're going to get with that APY or the interest rate that they're offering at the time. If you do not, and you just have like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, yes, you are earning money, but you're not earning as much as you could if you kept that money together and put $2,000 in one account, or $3,000, $4,000 in one account, and you're getting your money. So unless you have like a substantial amount of money, 10,000, 15,000, that you can actually spread out around different accounts, I wouldn't recommend having more than maybe like 2 or 3 high yield savings accounts. A lot of people ask me about money market accounts. I actually want to throw that in there as well because money market accounts are very similar to high yield savings accounts. I do have a money market account. If I could talk today, you guys, I do have a money market account. I have mine right now with Quantic, and I'm earning 4.25%. But the great thing about money market accounts is that they combine checkings and savings together in one. And I actually use mine for just my everyday expenses because I do have the option of checkings and savings in those accounts. So those are the most common questions about that. That's the main difference between a high yield savings account and a money market account. One, with the money market account, it combines checkings and savings, and you will get sent a debit card if you would like that option to have a debit card with your account. I do have a high yield savings account, and I also do have a money market account as well. So I'm always earning some kind of interest. I mostly use my high yield savings account for my emergency fund, and I keep 3 to 6 months of living expenses in my high yield savings account. So high yield savings accounts are great. They're very liquid. You do have to pay taxes on it, but you only have to pay taxes on the interest that you earn. So you're only paying taxes on the gains, and you will get sent a form for you to file for your taxes. Anyone can open one up pretty much as long as you're over the age of 18. They don't do any background checks for them. Some of them, they're completely free. You don't have to pay anything. You just go online, do the information, and set it up. Some of them, you do have to have a minimum deposit. Some of them are $25, $100, and then some of the ones that are much higher with their interest rates, like 5% and higher, you have to have a certain amount of money in the account to make sure you get that rate. So some of them say you have to have a direct deposit of $1,000 to get this rate, or you have to have at least a minimum of $5,000 in this account. So make sure you read all the details. I will down below in the comment section link up some of the best high yield savings accounts from my different playlists. I also just made a YouTube short about some of the best high yield savings accounts for August 2025. Please, if you want to follow me on TikTok, that's where I make monthly updates every single month about the best high yield savings accounts for that month. I'm in the process of posting them over here on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, I have a ton of services if you would like to work with me down below. I do coaching, one-on-one coaching. Read all about that over on my website. If you want any help getting started on your financial journey, you can go to my website. You can download my free trilogy about the treasure chest. You can download that. It's the 3 ebooks, 3 quick reads that you can read completely free. You just have to put in your email. And I have my course that is a full financial literacy course that goes over high yield savings accounts, money market accounts. It goes over how to open a brokerage account, start investing. It goes over the 70-10-10-10 budget, and so much more. Go ahead and take a look around my website. I have coaching and services. If you would like to work with me, you can check it out over on my website. The link is down below. It's just www.treasureherwealth.com. And I look forward to getting to know you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And goodbye. See you next time.